Hello and welcome back to my walkthrough to Crash Bandicoot 2 here on the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy for PlayStation 4. In the last episode, we completed much of Warp Room 4 here. We did Hanging Out, we did Digging It, we did Ruination, along with the secret path on Road to Ruin, and also a secret level in Totally Fly. In this episode, we're going to finish off Warp Room 4 by doing Cold Hard Crash, Behaving, and of course, the boss, Engine. We're going to start off with Cold Hard Crash, and this is the level this is just mean. It's a really mean level. It asks you to do so much. And there are obviously lots of levels within the Crash series that have sort of asked you to do quite a lot, especially on sort of like backtracking fronts. You can see that backtracking sort of, goes all the way back down to, you could say the first level in the series has some backtracking to it, but obviously nothing too serious. The one we're really thinking about is like, Cortex Power, where, you have a significant amount of backtracking to do to get all the boxes in that level. Multiple paths to sort of consider and reconsider. Okay, so I've actually sort of got to stand on the right side of these in order to jump just sort of straight forward. Interesting. Nice. So yeah, Cold Hard Crash. So what do we need to do in this level? The general sort of gist you'll see in Cold Hard Crash, if you ever played this for the first time, you'd complete it once and you'd see there was 155 boxes and you'd have no idea what, where you missed them all. You'd then realise that you've obviously got a death route. So you'd probably take the death route thinking, this is where a lot of my boxes are going to be. And you would be correct. But then you'd realise that the death route doesn't drop you off back where you were. So you can't just finish the death route and then get back on track and complete the rest of the level. So then what do you need to do? Okay, well, what that means is, we'll just time this right. What that means is rather than, just completing the death route, you also need to complete the death route but then stop and go back. Well, we've just seen a level where we had to do that in Digging It. What makes that so bad? But then you realise that you've done all of that. You've managed to go through a really difficult death route perfectly. You've managed to get through it all. Everything's looking fine. But then you realise you get to the end of the level and you're thinking 155 boxes. No, you've got 154. Where is that last box gone? And then you realise the really mean thing about this level, which is after all of everything that it asks you to do, it has a little sucker punch right at the end. A secret box located in the one place in most Crash levels where you're expected to be like, this will be nice and safe. The bonus. There's a secret box in here, and it is actually visible in this version, which is both kind and also sort of like galling at the same time. It's like, why didn't they do this in the original? So that box above the bouncing crates there was completely invisible in the PlayStation 1 version. So I had, personally, a few goes at Cold Hard Crash. I remember getting 154 out of 155 boxes and wondering, where the hell did I miss my last box? And that is the last box. It's completely invisible. You've just got to somehow know that it's there, or make a lucky jump and spot it out the corner of your eye. It is undoubtedly mean. We'll just let these blow up. Yeah, it is undoubtedly mean, I think, and yeah, it's why this level gets its has its reputation. And we haven't even got to the bonus. We haven't even got to one of the difficult bits. So the idea here, what we're going to try and do is there is another Aku inside the bonus round, I believe, and so what we would love is to manage to keep these two Akus all the way to that Aku. Because what that would then mean is we can then obviously get invincible and rush to the end with our two Akus, and then we just need to survive to the end of the level with our brand new shiny gem. Okay. Because there is a gem obviously at the end of this route as there is in all the death routes. Okay, let's see how this goes. We jump over you. We slide to get some speed. It's also very easy to miss these boxes because some of them are completely There's 8 of them. That's the way to remember it. There are 8 boxes there. As we get to 96 lives, so getting ever closer to that, you know, that main aim of getting to 99 lives and therefore getting our trophy. Okay, lovely. There is our invincibility, and now let's use it. So, we're going to use slides just to get through all of this as fast as possible. You'll be able to see what we'd have to deal with without the Akus. And it's that exclamation point box right at the end, that is your main issue with the level. Because what you need to do is there is obviously an outline box somewhere through the level. And you've got to get to the end of the level, get to the end of that boat, what am I trying to say? Got to get to the end of the secret death route, hit that exclamation point box, and then make your way backwards through the death route just to hit the box that it unlocks. And that's what makes this level so mean. So you notice we didn't get a checkpoint. There's a reason we didn't get the checkpoint. Essentially, if we die from now on, i.e. we lose our Akus, then there's no point in us sort of going all the way back to, you know, we might as well try and complete this level for once in one go. The only reason I am continuing on like this is because I want the Akus. The Akus are important to me. Should have jumped again. Oh well. I say the Akus. 1 is going to be enough, hopefully. Behaving is difficult. It's another bee level, essentially, so if you remember digging it, and it's bees. There we go. Okay, so 1 gem, 117 out of the 155 boxes. And Gold Hard Crash round 1 is done. We'll do behaving now, and hopefully won't have too many troubles with it. It's not easy. But we'll see how we go. And then after that, we'll go back and do Cold Hard Crash the second time, and I'll show you the insane logistics that we have to do in order to get to the end of that, to get the gem in that level. Okay, there we go. Crash is happy, wonderful, behaving. So behaving is essentially an extension of digging it. It's the second level in that sort of that pair. Digging it is easily well, they're actually relatively easily balanced, just because digging it has the really difficult, you have to go forwards and then backwards through a death route. Behaving's death route is actually incredibly simple because it gives you the gem really early on in it. And if you know anything about as I've mentioned many times before in this game, if you get the gem early on, then in the death route and then die, you can obviously just pick it straight back up again. So you'll start to see what makes this level much harder than digging it, and that's the fact that rather than 1 bee, you get 5. And those bees are dicks. Lovely, okay, so, oh man, so we're gonna have to spin straight out. Yes, we are. That is pretty mean. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted, because it's a pain trying to hit those boxes when you've got the pressures of the bees. We hit 98 lives, so you see that this guy's going to start moving much faster than he was moving and digging it. Still not really a trouble for us. Okay, so we need to make the move now. Lovely. Oh, this is going pretty well so far. So the mallet guys, again, are a threat if you're in the ground. If you're in the ground, the mallet guys can hit you. If you're not in the ground, they can also still hit you. But thankfully, the process of getting in the ground is essentially a spin. So it counts towards actually hitting them, which is really nice. Okay, so You might have noticed the hint for this level is that a secret gem hides behind a clever deception, and this is your clever deception. These nitro boxes do not make the sound that nitro boxes make, nor do they jump around. They are not nitro boxes. They are metal crates disguised as nitro boxes, and therefore open the path to this, the behaving secret route. Which gives us the purple gem. Now, if I remember correctly, so you can notice there, what I did there was actually I showed that these armored armadillos can be turned into normal armadillos. Wait, you can jump on them? You could not jump on them previously. So we don't need to be doing this. I'm only doing this just to show you this little, what's actually down this path. In fact, if I'm honest, I probably haven't seen most of this path either. Because I almost always would die anyway as well, so... Ooh, jeez. We nearly died there, but there we go. So there's another Aku. So this may well work out to our benefit, because obviously if we die, we would lose both our Akus. So we can get up to here. That's just mean. Okay, so why is it a bonus platform at the end? I feel like that's wrong. It shouldn't be a bonus platform. It should be a death route platform. Anyway, so this has dumped us lower back down the level. So we haven't skipped anything, thankfully. That might be the first time I've ever done that bonus route. There we go. Okay, so now we get bees plus plants. Plants aren't too bad, we get through. You can see the bees don't like the jumps. Why were they moving so fast? Jesus. Get me away. Whew. This is going remarkably well. We'll take this nice and careful. There is obviously, I'm sure there are speedrun strats that you can use to get through that bit nice and fast, but I am not interested in those at the moment. We have an Aku. I'd love to keep the Aku by the end of the bonus, because then we can use it for the rest of the level, and potentially even take it into Cold Hard Crash, which would be amazing. Get 2 rounds of invincibility. Jumping nitros, do not screw me over. There we go, lovely. Whew. Okay, 52 of 94 seems pretty decent, if I'm honest. I couldn't tell you exactly how many there are. We will hide anyway, just in case the bees. And we actually, yeah, we do have 99 lives, so there was a trophy for 99 lives. I forgot to mention that, actually. The trophy for 99 lives. So obviously the guy with the hammer can hit you. He is a threat. When you're underground, that is. I think the bees are going to come. They do come. Screw you. Okay, so we've got sort of like the rest of the level. That is the end just ahead. We need to hope that there are another 40 nitros. Be another 40 nitros. There are. Wonderful. That does not sound like bees coming to me. We complete the bees levels. Ah, gotta love the bees levels. Those levels, I mean, I can't work out if it's just the fact that those bees look bigger or the fact that they just seem to move they feel faster. I don't know whether it's just because, you know, the upgrade to graphics or whatever, and you're just so used to like the hitboxes in the original, but or maybe there's sort of like a little bit of leeway, and you know, you can let them get pretty close to you, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to kill you. But there we go, we get our purple gem from behaving. The purple gem's an interesting one. It's the only coloured gem that doesn't have a gem root in this game.
Crash, I have discovered that the opposition is being masterminded by Dr. Nitrous Brio, the inventor of the Evolvo Ray. Brio was responsible for our misunderstandings in the past. He forced me to assist him in his plot for world domination, and he's at it again. He will attempt to stand in our way. Be on your guard, Crash. Deliver the crystals to Engine.
So, there we go. We have our next cutscene. But first of all, back into Cold Hard Crash we go. Oh, we can't. Okay, that's cool. We can't actually do the Cold Hard Crash because we can only do the boss. Okay, so Engine's quite fun. What's really cool about this boss is that you're sort of pummeling Wumpa Fruit at him, which is hilarious.
Dr. Cortex said, give the 20 crystals you collected to me!
It's like, give them to me, and then he's just going to try and kill us. So, oh, that's a really nice touch. The fact that you can actually see Crash throwing those is great. So yeah, pretty basic sort of boss sort of... Ooh, jeez. I'm glad I have an Aku. These definitely seem to take more hits than they were last time. Turns out I'm just terrible at this boss. Ah, that was also terrible. This first section is always the one I dislike most. He's going to get another go at this. Wait, is it all fixed? It shouldn't be fixed. No, it isn't. Good. Okay, so we defeat those. Now he's going to start using the rocket launchers labeled 1 and 2 on his shoulders. And what we've got to watch out for here is when the rockets start coming from the side. Which I'm guessing is only going to happen once we actually destroy one of these two things. Okay, come on, Engine. This seems to be taking forever, actually. I mean, I've never really been good at this boss, I'll be honest, but... yeah, so that's going to come from the side, as you can see. And then I think we get ones that sort of, you've got to duck under. Although that looks like it's going to break. Awesome. Yeah, so he now gets a sort of a ray, which allows him to completely melt the platform that you're standing on. You've got to sort of just get a small little snipe in before he destroys the platform. If you're standing on the platform while he shoots it, I think it kills you. I'm just keeping it a little safe at the moment. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Engine is down. Beautiful. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. And we get another trophy, Mech wrecked, for defeating Engine. And that will obviously give us access to the 5th and final warp room. And Cortex might not be too happy with us taking out his number 2 in command. I love Dr. Engine. What a name. What a name that is. Let's be honest. It's such a great name. Anyway, okay, so Cold Hard Crash. Here we go. Let's get this done right. Ooh, boy. Can't believe Behaving went so well. That was a really good run on Behaving. I think I only got hit, what? Twice? What, twice? And both of them were in the, that bonus route? Or maybe once other. Anyway. Obviously, the whole getting the 3 Akkus is the same. It really helps that going forwards, and also it destroys the nitros for the way back, which is also very, very handy. The pain about the level is obviously you want to get the checkpoint just before, just because obviously you don't want to have to redo the whole of this section. But at the same time, if once you do destroy the checkpoint, you've then obviously got to get back through, get back to another checkpoint without dying, which, you know, can be a lot of people's downfall. Lovely. Okay, yeah, we should wait for this to blow up, just in case, just because TNTs... I don't know if it's continued into this game, but I know in the first game, TNTs can be very temperamental as to whether they actually appear in your blown-up boxes. It should be 5 to 9 to 12... $31, lovely. That's going to take us to 60 boxes. 62. Wait for the hedgehog to have his mad little rave. Maybe it's an echidna because, you know, Australian animals. Does Australia get... I'm sure Australia probably does get penguins. I don't know why I'm trying to make sense of it. It's Crash Bandicoot for heaven's sake, but there we go. Okay, Death Route. Let's get this right. Okay, one clean jump. Okay, so this takes us to 84. I wonder whether... Because along with being a really, like, along with having all of this Death Route, you know, shenanigans, the level itself is really long. So I wonder whether it's actually faster to go down this route than actually to... I wonder if the Death Routes are open on the time trials. That's what I'm trying to say. So we've got to go under the U. Okay, so we should end up with what a lot of people deem as a massive middle finger to the player. Just like, screw you. Screw you for this level. Okay, we gotta make that jump and that jump. Awesome. Okay, that's the difficult, well, most of the difficult bits done. There's still a few iffy jumps. The jumps are the difficult bits because you're obviously on ice, so that's okay, that's really fine. That's honestly fine by me. Now we just gotta take the death route back. We have 96 boxes. And now we've got to find a checkpoint as fast as possible. That did not work as it should have. I'm sorry, boxes, but you can just blow up. Boom. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Penguin, but I'm really not sorry, actually. Okay, so, if I remember correctly, this bit. Yeah, so we race under there. Oh boy. This is stressful. It's stressful because there's like such a long gap between checkpoints. Give me a checkpoint. Game, I know you want to do it. Please give me a checkpoint. There it is. Okay, I'm safe. Safe for now. Okay, so we now get 4 exclamation point boxes. Sorry, I realised I was barely doing any commentary, but you know, that's stressful. Getting through all of that. Okay, so now, yeah, we get all of these. And we got to... Oh, that's really helpful. Lovely. Okay, you can't just fall straight off. Lovely. Oh, not this. Oh, I hate this box. Another level, another example of Cold Hard Crash being a dick. This box. Let me just drop. There we go. Whew. Okay, all of these guys just fall. There's a long list of them. We just slide. Screw that life. Don't care. Just want to get to the end. Just let me live. Okay. Down. Is this all the way down? Yes. Okay. Sweet. Okay. So we are now in, I think, in the clear, pretty much. With all the main difficult bits of this level done, we've now just got to get through the rest. It'd be helpful if I could hit a TNT. 140 out of 155. Nice. $142. This checkpoint will pretty much tell us if we're okay. 150, yes, that's exactly where we want to be. Because there's 2 here and there's 3 above me. 155 out of 155. Cold Hard Crash is done. Assuming I do not mess this up. Which would be impressive. Those guys were always out of sync, but now they seem to be, I guess they're triggered by different sort of proximity switches to where Crash is like close to them. And for some reason, they there were like completely in sync, which made that last bit really easy. I'm not arguing, but that's rather surprising. Because I'm pretty sure they'd normally be moving in a complete sort of like completely in the opposite way, so that you had to sort of jump straight through the middle. But that time they were just sort of moving in the same way. But there we go, Cold Hard Crash is done. That means we have completed Warp Room 4, and now all we have left. Let's just check. We have 99 lives, 79%, 20 out of 25 crystals, 34 out of 42 gems. If we head up to Warp Room 5, we're going to get a cutscene, I would assume, with Cortex not being too happy with us, you know, taking out an engine.
What is your problem, Bandicoot? I will not ask you again to bring me the crystals. Obtain the remaining 5 crystals, Crash, and bring them to me.
Okay, so this is it, Warp Room 5, and I think we'll call this episode to an end here because I think it makes sense to do so. We have, of course, 2 space levels in Piston It Away and Spaced Out. We have 2 jetpack levels in Pack Attack and Rocket, and we have a nighttime level, much like Totally Fly, in Night Fight. These will all wait us in the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I've really enjoyed this episode. It's been great. It's been a good challenge, actually. These last few levels, the 2 rocket jetpack levels have no gems to them, essentially. So, sorry, no bonus gems to them, so you don't need to worry. Night Fight has 2 routes, I believe. I think you've got to go down one route and then back through it in complete darkness, if I remember correctly. Piston It Away, this is another one where you've got to go back through a section. I think you've actually got to virtually complete the level, then go back in order to hit a death route or a gem platform to then go and collect your second gem. And then Spaced Out has a second gem, which is only available if you've collected all 5 colored gems, which we now have with the purple gem from Behaving. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me on the next.